Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Vault preview episode. We're taking a look at the February 2023 Vault here. A couple of items are missing, but we'll get to that in a second. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, the Vault goes live the first Thursday of every month at 8 AM CST, just like the times for our normal Monday, Wednesday, and Friday drops as well. And this Vault is even a little more special because we've got a Mad Minute sale going on, and just within the past year or so, those have now applied to Vault kits. So everything that is already in the Vault, everything that's new arriving in the Vault, you will be able to use that promo code MADMIN on to save yourself an extra 20%, which, like, who doesn't want an exclusive out of production kit for 20% off? That sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. In addition, to make things even more fun, we've got some other exclusive items that are going to be hitting the Vault for this month and this month only, because we just don't have any more of them. The first of which would be some of the leftover World War brick kits from last year, which the name escapes me right now, but you guys have probably seen it a couple of times. We've got a post up right now on our Instagram, so you'll be able to pick up a couple of those in very limited quantity. In even more limited quantity, we have some of the Black Friday Randoverse Perfect Caliber packs that we'll be putting in. Those will be a straight up purchase, not something that you have to meet some sort of threshold to get. And then we also have, it might even be just one, but we have a V2 Wunderwaffe. So last year's was actually, or the year before, my goodness, that would be 2020, I want to say already, 2021. Yeah, it would be the V3 year. So this is actually from the preceding year that we've got a copy of that as well. And I know that those are quite sought after when it comes to the aftermarket, especially for brick arms. So those will all be available in the Vault come 8 AM tomorrow morning. But otherwise, we do have quite a nice little collection here of display models that are going to be joining in with the already existing models in the Vault. I think the coolest one from my standpoint is probably this Liberty truck here. And the reason being is that the only way that this was previously sold from Brickmania was as a canvas and wheels pack. And so it was actually something where you would have had to source your own parts to be able to build the entire set. Instructions, I believe, were available in the Great War Volume 2 book. But this one, because it was a display model for our stores, has the entire build included with it, which I believe maybe has seen the Vault maybe once before. But this is before our previous store expansion, so there's a very, very limited copy of these around, and one of which is obviously going to permanently live at the GHQ as part of the archives collection. So that is definitely a gem that we have not seen previously in the Vault before. A couple of smaller artillery pieces here that are hitting it for the first time. That was kind of cool to see because obviously those are a little bit friendlier price points, but most of them, especially this one here, the reason that they were discontinued to begin with was because of those cartwheels. They can be tough to locate at times, especially given what is available on Bricklink and whatnot. So those will be in there as well. It is also, I could be wrong on this, but I think I'm correct. The first time we're seeing the H125 in the Vault as well, which we just recently, within the past couple of years, got into kind of the California Highway Patrol, the National Fire Service, et cetera, a little bit outside of the bread and butter military kits, if you will, that Brickmania has previously had. So cool to see some of those finally hitting the Vault. As you guys know, our rate of product release is on a weekly basis, which is pretty absurd, but also awesome. And so we do quite regularly have to do rounds of retirements just so we can continue to produce the new kits that we have in the fold. So this is a perfect example of that. Some really iconic and not too terribly old kits. I mean, this Patton Sherman is not exactly an outdated build, so to speak. It does come with the Willie custom printed or custom created element and custom printed element there, as well as General George himself. Kind of some unique builds as well. This is a cool little kit. This is the Russian field, the Soviet, excuse me, field kitchen, which is just kind of a unique angle for us to take on it's not necessarily a micro build, but a mini kit, I suppose, if you will. One of the more unique additions to that lineup there as well. And then you've got some staples. You know, the Seahawk was a really, really popular kit for its time. It's got some epically exclusive minifigures, including the debut of the Scar Perfect Caliber, which was cool to see on a very, very popular minifigure with those American glasses rolling in there as well. Diver, crew, all included with this kit. The Mutt with the recoilless rifle. This was another cool build for the time. Did include the minifigure as well, which, as you know, we've kind of gone back and forth on whether our 4x4s come with a minifigure or don't. This one we felt like it needed it because it came with all the bells and whistles of that recoilless rifle, which is one of the earlier custom created elements that we attempted as well. I think the Ontos was the first time that we really leaned into that, and then decided to use it a couple more times moving forward. This one obviously a much friendlier price point than the original Ontos itself. Still a cool build. Kugelblitz was also a super limited release for its time in that awesome ambush camo. Not something that we saw too terribly many batches of. Also has a pretty exclusive minifigure along with it. Otherwise, some continually retired staples. We've got both of these. Did this one lose a wheel? My goodness, I should have looked these over. It's all good. So we've got a light tank and a medium tank, the Hago and the Igo, both of those hitting the vault as well, and then a couple of other additions. This one I think is kind of timely, because if you guys have been paying attention to our release schedule, we just launched Big Chungus, which is the updated M113 ambulance. And so this is the old style build for the M163 VADs, but obviously that has that epic custom created element to represent that Vulcan barrel. Plenty of interior space. It has all the functions, you know, that the previous M113 lineup had. But this one obviously in a little more beefy fashion, and then kind of with that previous design that Dan had been using. So a nice little collection here, in addition, once again, to everything else that is currently in the vault. And then remember, those exclusive items will also be hitting at 8 a.m. as well. And then, again, use that promo code MADMIN. It applies to everything in the vault. Great chance to pick up those bucket list items, so to speak. If some of those are still sitting in there and you've been waiting to pull the trigger, now's your chance, because you have until Monday to take advantage of that MADMIN code on pretty much everything online. Whether it's new or vaulted, you can go ahead and use that promo code. So there you have it for the February 2023 preview. As always, thank you very much for watching.